In this video, I'm going to show you the Insta360 GO2 camera. I'm going to show you what it can do and tell you if it's the camera for you. I've been using GoPros for years, since I cycled across Canada in 2016. But recently I was sent this Insta360 GO2 camera. It has some great features for sharing cycling adventures, but can it replace a GoPro? Let's take a look and find out. So if you follow me on Instagram, and if you're not, get over there, I've put the link in the description below, you may have seen me sharing this camera, wearing this camera, and testing it out over the summer. I've been really impressed by what this tiny 26-gram camera can do. So let's take a look at the 4 things I think set this camera apart from any other I've used. The first is that it uses magnets to mount the camera, which means anywhere that's metal you can use to mount the camera to. And it comes with a ton of accessories. So I'll go over a few that come with the camera and show you my favorite. For me, for riding shots, my favorite accessory is this magnet pendant. So it goes around your neck, it's adjustable so you can, raise it or lower it. And for all the women out there, having a bra is an advantage in this case because if you tuck it behind your bra, it gives it a little bit extra stability. So give that a try. Guys out there, I've seen some men online making straps to tuck it behind. It's just because if you have a shirt that moves a lot and you have the camera mounted like that, you get more movement. Whereas if it's tucked behind something to keep it stable, you get less movement. So yeah. This is my favorite way to get shots on the bike now because I'm wearing the camera, it's right there. And so if I want to capture something off the bike or just a different direction, I can just pull it off and point the camera where I want or, get some vlog footage. So it's just so handy. It's just there all the time. One of the other attachments the camera comes with is this pivot stand. So you can see why it's called that. It pivots. It's great for holding on to if you want to film with the camera, a little bit easier than holding it like this because sometimes you get your thumb in, because it's such a wide angle lens, sometimes you get your fingers in the shot. So like I said, it's all magnets, so you see that, there we go. And when I've had it on my bike and I've gone off-road, it does stay put. It is a strong magnet, so I've come to trust it quite a lot. The only time I've had a problem with it is not on the bike, if I've accidentally knocked the camera and brushed it off. So yeah, the magnet is trustable. So this little guy is great. I have it with me just to keep it like that as a case to protect it. And the wrist strap is handy, so sometimes I have it on the bike like that. But the other great thing about this pivot stand is the sticky back. So then you can stick this anywhere. If you can't find metal, then you've got something sticky and then you can wash it and reuse it. So another great little accessory. And the other one that came with the camera is this one here that goes on, see, one less car cap. Get yours today. I'll link below. No. But yeah, so the camera just goes into the cradle. The cradle can be angled how you like it. So again, magnets hold it in place. And then, yeah, so you have the cap on and then you can angle the camera how you want it. I use this one because when I cycle, I'm looking around everywhere and I just think it would make you guys sick if you had to watch it. But there's a lot of other applications you could use this for, and if you have a baseball cap or if you have a strap on a bag, maybe you can mount it too. So just another handy little another handy little mount. The last one I have here is the case. So this is the charging case, and you can use the camera while it's in there, and it's also a remote. So you pop the camera and there is on the bottom a screw hole, so you can use this to put on a tripod. So all sorts of ways you can mount this camera. The second thing that I think sets this camera apart from others I've used is its size. It is so tiny, and 26 grams, it weighs nothing. Even inside its charging case, which is, a great protective case as well, you can fit this into a jersey pocket, your jean pockets. It's just so easy to throw in your pocket and bring with you anywhere you go. And as they say, the best camera is the camera you have on you. The third thing is horizon leveling. Now this camera has amazing stabilization. It is really, really good. It's just nice to know that if you mount the camera somewhere and it's a bit wonky, the horizon will be level. So it's just one less thing to worry about. The camera takes care of it for you. It's just, one less thing to worry about. And the fourth thing, my favorite, that sets this Insta360 GO2 apart from other cameras I've used is the fact that you can decide what aspect ratio you want to use in post. So I post things on Instagram and on Twitter and on YouTube, And so I don't have to decide if I want to shoot landscape or portrait or square. I can decide that in post because of the amount that the camera captures in Pro mode. It captures all the information in such a wide angle that you can decide in post how you want to use that footage, which gives such flexibility. And if I decide, actually I don't want to capture that much of my handlebars, I really want to show what's going on in the sky or ahead on the road, I can change the tilt of that footage in post. So it makes things so flexible and so much fun. Shooting in Pro does mean a couple of downsides. It means your clips are maximum 10 minutes, but for what I use my cameras for and the clips I capture, that's plenty. And it also means your runtime on the battery is shorter because it uses more power to capture all that information. So you get about 20 to 30 minutes. But if you have your charging case with you, this charging case can charge the camera back up a couple times. So, you know, for me, for how I shoot, that's plenty for a day. I'll give you a rundown on some of the spec on this camera, but I have the link below if you want to know all of the details. It can film up to 1440p in up to 50 frames per second. It's waterproof up to 4 meters. It does hyperlapse, slow-mo, and 120 frames a second. As the camera can connect to your phone wirelessly, you can use your phone to control the camera, and you can also use the charging case separate from the phone, so you can have them apart and use this as a remote as well. And then you can also use the wireless capability to download footage onto your phone to share. But like I said, check out the link below. You can get all the specs and all the details there. I had a few questions over on Instagram when I was showing this camera, and one of them was, can you live stream? And you can with WeChat, and that's kind of where it ends. So a bit limiting, but perhaps in the future they'll expand that, but right now you can only live stream using WeChat. The other questions were around battery life, and as I mentioned briefly, in Pro mode, on its own the camera lasts about 30 minutes. The case can recharge it a few times, so you get about 2 hours once you combine, you know, the case charging it and, you know, the camera if it's fully charged when you start out. So that for me is enough for capturing clips throughout the day. I'm not recording, you know, long form content. So that gives me a day's worth easily. And if it wasn't enough for you, you can always use an external battery pack like that to recharge the camera, recharge the case, or use it while you're recording. So you do have options for, you know, extending the battery life, or you could change out of Pro mode if you had to and you really wanted to capture something, you know, for a long period of time. Now on to what I would change about the camera, and it's the file system. I find it faffy. If you have a small file and you want to transfer it to your phone, that's great, it doesn't take long. But if you have big files, they take a long time and they drain your phone and your camera battery and use up your phone's memory. So if I'm on the go for a few days, that's going to start to be an issue. Normally what I do is, you know, I film and then at the end of the day, I come home and I use the wire to transfer it to my laptop. That's easy, no problem. But because there's only the internal memory and no option for an SD card, that just makes using it for multiple days when I don't have a laptop a little bit more difficult. So this camera, while it won't 100% replace my GoPro, I can't see leaving it behind. It's just so much fun. It's just so easy. It's one-touch operation. It's pretty basic and simple. You just set it and go. A big thank you to Insta360 for sending me your fun little camera. I've enjoyed using it so much and look forward to finding new and creative ways to putting it to good use on my cycling adventures. If you guys want to know more details, like I said, there's a link in the description below. And if you have any questions, you know the drill, ask in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Until the next video.